Yes, now let's discuss ANOVA. Please go revise the t-test video again. What was t-test? We were comparing the means of two groups, isn't it? T-test was comparing the means of two groups to check whether there is any statistically significant difference between those two groups when it comes to stress levels or any other variable. So it was not just comparing the means, we were also looking at, it was not just the difference between groups in terms of means, it is also the within group variation, right? Remember? But now, what if there are three groups instead of men and women? What if it is a Hindu, Muslim, Christian? What if it is what three groups in whatever capacity? You cannot do. What if we have three groups? Let's take this example. You have group A, group B, group C, school students, college students, working professionals. Again, stress levels, same variable. Can you keep on doing ANOVA, sorry, t-test between group A, group B, group C, group B, group C, then group A, group C? That kind of pairwise t-test can we keep on doing? That will increase the error a lot more. We cannot do that. We will have to take all the three groups at a time and compare their means. That is where ANOVA helps you. The full form of ANOVA is analysis of variance. Same concept as t-test, but if there are two groups that you're finding out the difference between, mean difference between two groups, it is t-test. Three or more groups, it is ANOVA. Okay. So three groups, you call it one-way ANOVA. More than three groups, you call it n-way ANOVA. Chalo, that is not a big deal here. So what is ANOVA, or analysis of variance? It is a statistical test used to determine whether there are significant differences between the means of three or more groups. If you understand t-test properly, ANOVA is not a big deal. So we take all the three groups together, we compare their means. Now here also remember, variation between groups, difference between groups is there. We actually want to study that, right? Our hypothesis actually is that, is there a significant difference between school students, college students and working professionals? But what is the error there? What can skew our results? What can affect our results? How good are these groups? Remember, standard deviation, two classes, 50 marks average, 70 marks average. Similarly, here also, within groups, is the variation too much? Instead of the graph being like this, is the graph too much spread out? Is the graph just this much, smaller, broader? That is bad. We calculate that here. We take all the three, all the three groups together. We check the difference between variation between groups and variation within each group. And that is how we find out the uh, ANOVA test. And for ANOVA, we actually use the F statistic or F value. In t-test, you get t value. In ANOVA, you get F value. Please remember one thing. F test and ANOVA are not the same thing. ANOVA is the larger thing. ANOVA uses F test. If the question asked in the exam is what is F test, you please write this. ANOVA is the larger test where you calculate the mean, then you do the calculate the variance between groups, variance within groups, all of that. ANOVA is a larger entity which uses this F test. So what is F test? It is, see, what was ANOVA again? Variance between groups, right? Difference between groups is what we are finding actually. But we are also interested in variance within groups. If the variance within groups is too much in a division, if the denominator is too big, the obviously the value will be smaller, right? So the denominator, the lower value, the value below that line has to be smaller. Common sense, basic mathematics. So if you want a higher F value, the difference between the groups, the numerator or the upper value should be higher and the lower value, the denominator should be lower. Common sense. And this is again hypothesis testing. If all group means are equal, then you reject the alternate hypothesis, you accept the null hypothesis. The older condition itself prevails. And if at least one group mean is different, you say that, okay, We reject the null hypothesis, we accept the new hypothesis, the alternate hypothesis. There is some kind of statistically significant difference. Now again, I am not giving you all of this. This and all is easy, you understand. I hope you understand what the basic test is. P-value and all, 0.05 and all, you know already. Yeah, ANOVA is something that helps you compare 3 or more groups. If not 2 groups, 3 or more groups. So always remember, be it ANOVA, be it t-test, difference between groups, difference within groups. Okay. So the idea is that how good is a group? If a good, how good is a group means it is like how, if is there unity within your home? If there is unity within your home, it is a good group, right? Then I can compare that your home, your household with another family. That comparison then is valid. If the groups themselves within are not strong enough, if there is too much variability, then obviously the test will not be valid. So I hope you now have kind of an idea about what F test and T test is. We will also discuss chi-square test. Thank you.